Alright guys, let me do a review of this knife for you. This is a Swiss Army Cadet, and this is my primary EDC when I'm working, because it's small, and when you whip it out, people don't get worried that you're some kind of psycho. So that's why I EDC this knife when I'm working. Um, Swiss Army knives, everybody has one, they work great. And there's really no point in doing reviews of them because everybody knows how good they are. But I'm doing a review primarily because this Swiss Army knife in particular I really like. As you can see, it has what Swiss Army or Victorinox calls a ALUX or ALOX or whatever handle. And basically it's just, anodized aluminum instead of the red plastic, which I actually really prefer because it makes this knife really thin, and it just slips right into your pocket. You don't even know you're carrying it. And it's also strong, it doesn't get scratched up as bad as that red plastic that they use for the Swiss Army knife does. And this one in particular is kind of a really dark blue, like a dark blue steel kind of color, and I think it's a really handsome pocket knife. Really like it. Let's talk about what kind of tools it has. It's got the main blade right there, which is useful for light cutting tasks, and it's got a bottle opener here with a wire stripper and a large screwdriver tip, pry tip too, I guess. Over here we got a can opener and a small screwdriver tip. And here we have I guess kind of like a finger maintenance tool. This is actually my favorite, almost my favorite tool on this knife because, say you get your nail gets chipped a little bit and it becomes really sharp, where it kind of just bugs you the rest of the day. That's where this comes into use. Just file it down. It's great. And it's not like one of those finger maintenance pads where they're made out of some kind of plastic or sandpaper or whatever. This is just metal. It's the same material as a steel file would be made out of, and there's no way that's going to wear down by grinding against your fingernail, so this will pretty much last forever. That's it. That's all the tools this has, and that's all you really need. The blade steel, it's a Swiss Army knife, so it has some kind of stainless steel. I don't really know what the composition is exactly, but I just know that it's not super strong, but it is very stain resistant. So, or stain and corrosion resistant, if you will. Which is really all you need for these knives. I mean, you don't really need them to be that strong because you're not going to be doing a lot of hard cutting tasks. Mainly just stuff like cutting paper or cutting plastic wrap and stuff like that. You don't really need to be that strong, and it's perfect because it's super corrosion resistant. So you keep it in your pocket, you take it wherever you go, and it'll never rust up on you. So that's good. But a good thing to do with these Swiss Army knives is hit it with a little bit of oil right here in the joints, and I use Tough Glide in particular, and it works great. Size. This pocket knife, like I said, is small enough where you go put it in your pocket and you won't even notice it, so that's great. Especially with these aluminum handles, it just really disappears. I really like how it's so thin. I've had other Swiss Army knives with the red scales and more tools, and they can get a little cumbersome sometimes. Uses. This blade, this little pocket tool can actually do a lot of the things you really need on a day-to-day basis. It's got the screwdrivers, it's got the bottle opener, so that's useful. And it's got a small pocket knife and a nail maintenance tool and a can opener. Yeah, and I don't think you'll ever use the can opener really, but it's nice to have those little screwdriver tips on the ends of these tools. Those come in really useful. These little screwdriver tips. I've used those probably the most on this knife. This knife, when I got it, was $15 from Fry's. And I actually, at Target, I saw these for $19 with a kind of emerald green handle scale. I've never seen that before. It really looks good. I almost got another one, but I decided, hey, you know what? One's enough. Or, I don't know. I might go back and get it later if it ever goes on sale. I noticed Target's having pretty big sales on a lot of this outdoor gear, so just check out your local Target, and they may have good prices. Well, let's talk a little bit about the maker, Victorinox. Victorinox primarily made these pocket knives, Swiss Army knives for the military, of course. And one thing that I like about their military tools over these civilian, I guess, models is that the military tools will have basically all the things you need to take down whatever the current issue rifle or firearm is. So I wish they moved more in that direction with these civilian pocket knives. Like they should have a punch or something, and maybe small pliers or something like that, where it will have all the tools you need. Say you're out at the range, it'll have all the tools you need to maintenance your gun or whatever, to take out a stuck shell or something. So that's my only dislike of this knife. Okay, well, yeah, let's talk about my likes and dislikes. My likes is that it's small, it's really good looking, very corrosion resistant, it's non-threatening, which is very important. It's pretty sharp, has useful tools. Dislikes. One of my dislikes is that the finger maintenance tool, when it comes out, it will actually scratch the main blade. So, not a big deal, but it kind of leaves a scratch there. Oh, one thing I don't like about this knife is that, you see, when you have the main blade out like this, usually what I've been doing is I've just been smacking it in, and it crack. It folds in with some force, and it just hits the whatever steel liner is down here. And I've been doing that. I've noticed that the blade's actually chipped right here from where it was contacting the handle scales on the inside, on the other side or something, and it left some chips, and I had to resharpen this knife to get rid of the chips. So now when I close it, I go like this to make sure it doesn't cause that damage again. And I don't know why that happens, because it doesn't happen on other pocket knives, so like, you know, like full size dedicated pocket knives. So I don't know why it should happen for these Swiss Army knives. Some of these tools are a little hard to get in and out at first, but now they seem okay. And I got a little pocket sharpener, a little Gerber. Let me go grab it for you guys. Hold on a second. Okay, couldn't find it, but I just used this little pocket sharpener to keep my blade sharp. It basically has like two slots in it, one for coarse, one for fine, and you just run the blade through, and it sharpens it up. Keeps it good enough for everyday use. Okay, that's my review of the Swiss Army Cadet, and I hope you enjoyed it. You should go out and grab one. Everybody should have one of these knives. Okay, thank you. Bye.